Evening, all. Good evening, and welcome to a special public hearing of the Newark Central Planning Board held today, May 11, 2026, under the Open Public Hearing Act of 1973, also known as the Sunshine Law, in accordance with New Jersey Public Laws of 1975, Chapter 231, Section 5, adequate notice of the hearing has been provided by notifying the Newark Star Ledger and Jersey Journal newspapers. Also, the scheduled regular hearings and conferences of the Newark Central Planning Board has been posted on the designated bulletin board in the basement of Newark City Hall and filed in the office of City Clerk during January 2026. In addition to adequate notice under the Open Public Meetings Act, electronic notice of this remote public meeting, as is permitted under NJSA 1049.3, was also placed on the City of Newark website. Members of the public can make public comments by audio or by audio and video as permitted by the Zoom electronic communication platform. Now, while in this meeting, press on raise hand on the bottom left corner of the computer screen or mobile device. Raise hand allows you to notify the host that they would like to speak without interrupting. If you're calling in, you're going to press *9 on your telephone to raise your hand. The Central Planning Board will be mindful of the number of items on the agenda and will move as expeditiously as possible to complete the agenda. However, due to the amount of development requiring board review and the complexity of projects, it may not be possible to hear every item if the meeting runs later than 11 o'clock p.m. In the event that the agenda is not complete by 11 p.m. tonight, the board will finish hearing the application, which is in process, but no new application will be called after that item is complete. Any applications that were not heard by that time will be rescheduled to the earliest possible available date, which will be announced on the record. If possible, the special meeting of the North Central Planning Board will now come to order. Madam Secretary, roll call, please.
Commissioner Purdy,
Present.
Commissioner Da Silva,
Present.
Commissioner James,
Here.
Commissioner Spate,
Present.
Commissioner Austin,
Here.
Commissioner Miles,
Present.
Madam Chair.
Present. All right, so the first application that we have on, and the only application sincerely that we have on is CPB 25-95. If parties related to this application are available, please raise your hand. And there she is.
Good evening.
Good evening, Missy Avon. How are you?
I'm doing quite well. It's a pleasure to be here before you all.
All right. So if you want to, I understand this application is being adjourned.
Yes, I'd like to ask an adjournment. I want to renotice the residents and republish in the paper and put up new posters so that we can include all the items contained in the planner's report that was issued on May 5th, 2011, that was received after, well after we had received the zoning determination letter from the city. So our notices, I believe, were incomplete, and I'd like to correct that.
So, Madam Secretary, the date that we have in mind?
June 8th.
All right. So you're going to notice again, and the meeting date will be June 8th. We look forward to seeing you then.
But before I depart, Madam Secretary, I wanted to know if anyone was present today. Did anyone attend by a show of hands?
Okay, so at this point in time, if there are members of the audience who wanted to speak with regards to or came to the meeting with concern for the application CPB 2595, which is 118 through 128 Mount Pleasant Avenue. Just use that raise hand feature so that we can get a sample or see who you might be. Let's see,
Do two so far.
three. Okay, so they're by their telephone numbers. Can you see them as well, Miss Yvonne,
No, I
in
cannot.
the chat? So we don't have the whole phone number. How do you want them to reach out to you?
If they could be so kind as to either call my office or send me an email, my information is on the notices that was sent out and posted. So
Okay.
I can give them my number now. It's
Okay.
973-645-0880.
All right. So members of the public who have joined us with concern for that application, please reach out to the attorney for the application, who is Miss Marjorie Avent.
Our office is open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. And we look forward to speaking with you.
Beautiful. Thank you so very much.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Everyone have a nice evening.
You too. All right. So the second item on the agenda is an ordinance referral. The resolution is 7R2-C. It's Title 41, Newark Zoning and Land Use Regulations, Chapter 10, Historic Sites and Districts. Good evening, Ms.
Chair,
Rule.
Madam Chair, if I just want to confirm that everybody received our consistency review memo dated May 4th regarding not only this referral, but the two other ones that are subsequent to this. What the as I'm sure the board is aware, there is a requirement for any ordinance that is introduced as it relates to your land development ordinance be evaluated by this board as to consistency or substantial consistency with the land use element of the master plan. And so the purpose of this memo, as well as the purpose of the referral, is to determine whether it's substantially consistent. And our evaluation of this West Ward, well, actually, all of the proposals, both the historic, which is in front of you right now, and the other applications, we have evaluated those and determined, based upon our review of the land use element of the master plan, that they are all substantially consistent with with those elements. And we have identified why we came to that conclusion in every memo. And therefore, I hope that that assists the board in determining what they believe, whether it's substantially consistent, and then it goes back to the city council for final determination and a public hearing and potentially adoption.
So, Ms.
Then,
Rule, if you can, Mr. Plaza, do you need to swear her in?
oh,
Uh,
I'm sorry. That,
yeah.
that kind of, I went too quickly. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I thought maybe you were just giving an overview and I'll swear you in, so I was gonna do that now. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will state the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please state your name, spell your last name, and state your affiliation for the record.
Sure. Susan Gruel, Gruel, planning consultant to the planning board. And basically, our bottom line is that, in our opinion, in reviewing these referrals, excuse me, that they are all substantially consistent with the master plan or designed to effectuate such plan elements. And again, I'm not going to go through unless the board, any board members would like. I'm not going to go through the details of these memos unless
No.
Madam Chair, anyone else would like
Yeah.
that.
So just for the sake of the members of the public who may not have accessed these documents, I think that it would be beneficial to present an overview of what
Excuse me.
or
What these changes are?
right, but I'm pausing because I want you to finish coughing.
Thank you. I hope I'm done coughing. I don't like that.
You have your water near you?
I have my tea near me.
Very good. So just so for the ordinance referral for that we're discussing now, the resolution 7R2C with regards to historic sites and districts, if you can just give a summary of what is being proposed, then we can move further.
Sure, sure. And in our memo dated May 4th, we have kind of summarized that. Number one, it streamlines the local historic designation process by replacing the National Register of Historic Places registration form requirement with a specific city application form. And the national is, used for any application across the country. So it's much more appropriate to use a city-specific application form. The second is it establishes a nominal application fee to help offset the administrative and professional costs associated with reviewing the nominations. And number three, it authorizes the Division of Planning and Zoning to retain technical expertise as needed to assist in the review of the application and provide technical support to the Newark Landmarks and Historic Preservation Commission of the Central Planning Board. So those are the three core changes, revisions that are proposed. In our opinion, they all make sense. And it is something that is again consistent with the master plan, which has preservation of historic sites as an important component of the plan.
Thank you, Ms. Gruhl. Commissioners, do any of you have any questions with regards to this proposal? I do have one question, right? So one of the points in your summative or report or your consistency review is that the use of historic district landmark designation to increase the number of new affordable housing units for large multifamily projects and historic buildings. Can you just speak to that briefly?
Oh, sure. And we've seen this happen in other communities where historic tax credits are used to help provide affordable housing, actually. One of the areas that we've seen that happen is in Asbury Park, an old Steinbeck building, where that was used to provide another funding source for affordable housing. Not the only, but it supplements that. So that's another piece to the puzzle.
Thank you much. Commissioners, do anyone have any questions? All right, seeing none, any members of the public have any questions with regards to this ordinance referral? So please raise your hand.
Last name.
Seeing one, Madam Chair,
Okay,
promoting Mr. Zhang.
good evening, Mr. Zhang, how are you?
Hello again, good to see you.
All right, so you have 3 minutes, sir.
Okay, I just wanted to voice my opinion in favor of this amendment. I think it's timely. I think that there's been a lot of barriers to the landmarking process. When you look back at the kinds of landmarks applications from the 1970s and 80s in Newark, a lot of them are very short. They're easy for someone to assemble. But when we look at recent nominations to the National Register of Historic Places, the nominations have gotten very long and very detailed. And so that imposes a kind of a significant burden, in my opinion, on applicants and members of the general public to get their building listed. And so when you also think about the kinds of communities who can afford those fees, oftentimes to come up with a National Register nomination form, you might pay a consultant, someone in the wealthy suburb might pay them $10,000 or $15,000. And so these kinds of barriers to entry, I think, mean that there are many historic buildings in Newark that are eligible or should be nominated or would have been nominated a few decades ago, but might not make the cut because of how rigorous the NRHP process has become. So I think that this timely application provides different barriers, a lower barrier to entry for more people, more kinds of buildings, more voices to be included in the landmarks process. As someone who lives in a historic district, I think it brings up a lot of community pride when people can research the history of their home and give it certain kinds of special protections or work with city officials. It becomes something that communities can rally around, and it's something that's more direct, to nominate within our community and to promote our heritage instead of having to work through SHPO every time. At the same time, I see it very possible that many of the buildings that are added to the city register can later be added to the federal or state register at a future date. So I think that this application is timely, it's important, and I hope it deepens our community's appreciation for our own history. And it deals with some, I think, systemic barriers to landmarking that has affected other buildings in the past, and in the past, unfortunately, led to other buildings being demolished that might not otherwise have been. So I think it's important, and I hope it will be adopted. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you so very much. All right. Do we see any other members of the public wishing to address this?
Seeing none, Madam Chair.
All right, thank you. So at this time, if we could have a motion presented.
Madam Chair, so move.
Thank you, Commissioner James.
Yeah.
Commissioner Austin? Yes, all right. So presented by Commissioner James and seconded by Commissioner Austin. Madam Secretary, roll call, please.
Commissioner Austin,
Yes.
Commissioner Purdy,
Yes.
Commissioner James,
Yes.
Commissioner Da Silva,
Yes.
Commissioner Spate,
Yes.
Commissioner Miles,
Yes.
Madam Chair.
Yes, this resolution has been accepted. The ordinance referral has been accepted. All right. So the next one, the ordinance referral is Resolution 7R2F, and that's West Ward redevelopment plan, third amendment. Ms. Gruhl, if you can just give a brief overview.
Certainly, Madam Chair. Again, we prepared a memo dated May 4th. And in summary, the changes are, and they were intended to be the proposed amendments to the West Ward Model Neighborhood Initiative area. Number one, to add 2-family, 3-family, and 4-family dwellings as permitted primary uses in the C1 and C2 zones. Add as a condition that 2, 3, and 4-family dwellings in the C2 zone only be permitted on streets that are not designated as collector or arterial streets, basically local streets. And add general bulk and design standards for 4-family dwellings. Those were the changes, and it is, in our opinion, it's substantially consistent with the land use plan of the master plan, and it aligns with the zoning surrounding the West Ward model neighborhood plan area.
Thank you, Ms. Gruhl. Commissioners, do any of you have any questions with regards to this proposal? All right, seeing none. If there's any member of the public that has a question, please raise your hand at this time. Madam Secretary.
Seeing none, Madam Chair.
All right. So at this time, we would like someone to present a motion with regards to this ordinance referral and the resolution.
Motion to approve referral.
All right.
Second it?
Moved by Commissioner Purdy, seconded by Commissioner De Silva. Madam Secretary, roll call, please.
Commissioner Austin,
Yes.
Commissioner Purdy,
Yes.
Commissioner James,
Yes.
Commissioner De Silva,
Yes.
Commissioner Spate,
Yes.
Commissioner Miles.
Yes.
Madam Chair.
Yes. All right. So that has passed as well. The third ordinance referral is Title 41, Newark Zoning and Land Use Regulations Zoning Map Amendment. 7R2 dash, is this a 1 or an I? That's or an L, could be. I'm gonna go with it's an L. 7R2 dash L. Ms. Gruhl?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Again, we have prepared a memo dated May 4th regarding this request as to whether whether it's substantially consistent with the land use plan element of the master plan. There are a number of proposed rezoning areas. We thought it's best if we kind of gave you these maps of the different areas that are proposed to basically be rezoned from either C1 or C2 zone to R1. There's the Weequahic neighborhood, the Upper Clinton Hill neighborhood, the Vailsburg neighborhood, two areas, actually three areas in the Vailsburg neighborhood that are proposed to be rezoned to R1. So that the R1 zone would recognize this area these areas as residential areas and would modify the existing zoning, which is the C1 or C2, which permits mixed use development in those areas. And that would eliminate that opportunity for the mixed use or commercial zoning in these areas. That most of these areas are adjacent to R1, R2 zone districts. The original intent was for these areas to be a transition between the commercial corridors and the residential neighborhoods.
Okay, commissioners, do any of you have questions with regards to these proposals? These proposed amendments? All right. Seeing none at this time, if there's any member of the public that has any questions with regards to the rezoning, please raise your hand. Madam Secretary.
Seeing none.
All right, so at this time, we would like someone to present a motion.
Motion approved.
Moved by Commissioner Purdy,
Seconded?
seconded by Commissioner De Silva. Madam Secretary, roll call, please.
Commissioner Austin,
Yes.
Commissioner Purdy,
Yes.
Commissioner James, Commissioner De Silva,
Yes.
Commissioner Spate,
Yes.
Commissioner Miles,
Yes.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
Yes, I'm sorry, Council. Chair.
Commissioner James. All right, so this ordinance referral, the resolution has also passed. Do we have any additional, we've gone through the agenda. Do we have any additional business to handle? Are there any resolutions
There are none.
besides these? No. All right, minutes, no. All right, so the next meeting is next Monday. And thank you. You all have a wonderful evening. Do what it is that you need to do this evening so that you can be prepared for Election Day tomorrow. I said that. All right. Have a good one.
Thank you.
thank you,
You're
Madam
welcome.
Chair.
Everybody have a nice
Good
evening.
night.
You too.
Good night.
Night.